Yeah, the big thing I'll say is the lesson for our team, coming back to a new season, being off, 8 months. When you win on a Friday night, for us last night on a Thursday, uh, the next night, the team with the momentum is going to be usually the team that loses, and you got to counter that. So I give Penn State enormous amount of credit tonight. They had fight in their game, and we got a timely power play goal, timely power play goals tonight that got us the lead, and we were able to hold on, and it was a dogfight. And then I thought the game had ebbs and flows. I thought first part of the example, first 7-8 minutes of the second period, they were kind of taking it to us. The last 7-8 minutes of the second period, we took it to them, and the game kind of had those ebbs and flows. But overall, pretty very happy with the weekend, and there's a lot there we can work on and get better with.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions now, and our first question comes from Drew Cove.
Hey, Bob, I know you're just kind of getting a lot of goals different ways, but the forecheck seemed pretty solid both nights. I know that Cullen Munson I saw a couple times just really forcing those Penn State defenders into a lot of hurried decisions. Did you really like what you saw from all the lines on the forecheck tonight?
I liked it from some of the lines tonight, or some of the guys on the lines. We had a couple of guys that were off tonight, but our forecheck I thought was better tonight at times. But I also think Penn State did a better job transitioning than they did. They had film from the game last night, and they came out on us a handful of times when we were just a tad late to the dance. But overall, it was a much better concerted effort by us on our forecheck tonight.
Our next question will go to Randy Johnson with the Star Tribune.
Yeah, hi, Bob. How do you feel about getting through the weekend, not only with the sweep, but just getting through it with the whole COVID situation? You probably, I don't know if you heard word yet, 20 players for the football team won't be able to.
Well, I'd high five you right now if you're sitting in front of me, Randy. I'm pretty happy that we get 2 wins and against a team that's had our number, and we've waited to play. And we're just going to look at a lot of the positive things we did right now. And I think we're in a pretty good spot. Here we go. It's a Friday night, Saturday night. Our guys don't know we play Monday. I think that's what puts us in a good spot, because it's when they leave here. And I anticipate we're going to be in a great spot Monday, ready to go.
We'll go over to Jess Myers with the Rink Live. Jess, you have Coach.
Bob, is it typical early in the season where you kind of, install things one at a time? You're not a finished product this early in your year, but, maybe tonight you kind of installed the power play and got that part of the game going?
Yeah, I mean, last night's power play was all coming up the rink. We never got the power play set up. We got it down low once, and our guy did a backhand pass in front. We lost it. Our freshman got it once last night. He got it. I call it one time. He got the puck one time, did it in the middle of the rink. And so all our power plays were for naught last night. We held on to the puck tonight. And Sammy made a great play on the transition into the zone on McManus's goal. And on the first one, we had good puck movement. We had other guys touch the puck. We call it connect the dots. We were connecting the dots tonight. What you saw last night is very normal. But another thing, our penalty kill was, we didn't give one up on our penalty kill. Correct? I'm pretty sure of that. So we were special teams, huge part of it. And that was a big part of us getting 6 points this weekend.
Thank you, Coach. Our next question will come from Greg Cameron.
Coach, what did you make of your young defensemen in their first weekend?
Loved them, because they're kind of thoroughbreds. You let them run, and sometimes we got to keep them in the right lane and push them in another lane. But you could they were so good in so many in moments of the weekend, and you just can see how much better they're going to get. And when you start your first college game, you think of the Faber and Kester, that you're awful nervous, and they didn't show a lot of it. And it's just a fun group that we're really going to look forward to, watching that decor grow. And it's a decor that Gophers fans are real familiar with from the past, and because we got a lot of them. We got a lot of puck movers back there, and Stucker's not playing yet. He's another puck mover for us. So Stoddard, we don't even count as one of our puck movers, and he got 3 assists this weekend. So there's Stodiker as a sophomore taking a step. Great pass to that on that goal to Sammy.
Eric Vigo has our next question.
You mentioned last night that Sammy Walker maybe got a little frustrated during the game. You mixed up the lines tonight, putting McManus on his wing. Did he look a little bit more comfortable and like himself tonight?
Yeah, it's the two of them too. When if Sammy's frustrated, so is McManus or McLaughlin. And if they're both going, then they both got that little spark and they just feed off each other. And I thought both of them tonight had a much better feel about their game. And then Sammy to score a goal, like right at the end. I mean, that's like filling the gas tank up. You score a goal and you're immediately, you got a full tank of gas, you're ready to go. And always to get your first goal of the season, you get that off your shoulders, now you're ready to roll. So a lot of positives. And McLaughlin there at the end on that shorthanded, he just comes back. He knows he'll get it quick, but you sure wish it would have came there. That was one heck of an effort.
Is seeing Walker make that play on the power play where he's back on defense to start that rush that led to that power play goal, is that a sign of Walker growing up and being more mature as a player?
Yeah. Which goal are you talking?
The power play goal where he gained the zone. Yeah, McManus held it. That's Sammy. And both of those guys are becoming great defensive players. Where if you were the first year here, we didn't have them in the D zone a whole lot. We really put them out only in the offensive zone. Sammy was really good on draws. If you guys remember, I hardly ever could use Sammy taking draws. We would use their line on the fly a lot of times. And he's getting important faceoffs now in the D zone or offensive zone. I'm really happy, changing the subject with our centers because we've got a lot of weapons there on our faceoff circle. But no, you're watching Sammy become an upperclassman right now and his leadership come through, and there's more to come.
We're going to take two more questions, and our next one comes from Jess Myers.
The joke is, Bob, that when you're on the power play, the fans are always yelling for you to shoot. Sounded like your whole bench was yelling for Sammy to shoot the puck there, not knowing if he knew how much time was on the clock. Just talk about that play and how big a momentum boost that was, getting a goal in the final second.
Well, I was yakking with somebody on the bench and my head was down and I just looked up and saw Stodiker fire it. But I heard the guys were screaming. I'm sure you guys could hear them because they sniffed it out and stayed on side. Great pass, pinpoint shot. That's a game-changing play that a sophomore and a junior are pulling through right there. And, we'd had a great first period, but we gave up the goal for them to tie it and to take the lead late like that. That was a monster goal.
Our last question will go to Randy Johnson.
Yeah, Bob, you guys kept Alex Moj off the score sheet all weekend. Was he a point of emphasis for you?
Well, absolutely. We talked about, Alex and that line. I mean, he's one of the best players in the conference, coming back into our conference this year. I just thought, yesterday we had Walker on that line. Tonight, we kind of used a combination of Walker and Myers' line against them, but nothing special, just staying above pucks when we don't have it. But make them defend is the key. And I think that line gave up 3 goals yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I know at least 2. And that was us putting pressure on them. The best way to defend is make them play defense. And I felt for the most part, we did a pretty good job with that.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We'll move on to our players next. Thank you.
Coach.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Brannon, just take us through your goal. And was that like a head fake that you gave their goalie there? It looked like you kind of looked off Lacombe, or just tell us about it.
Yeah, no, it was a great play by Sammy getting in the zone and, kind of a backhand pass behind my back, but kind of just an area pass at the same time. And just kind of the way the play went, I kind of want to sell it to Comer. And once the defenseman stick was there, I kind of knew I had a good shot right in the middle of the ice. So fortunately went in.
Our next question, we're going to go to Eric Vigo.
Brandon, when you get shuffled up in the lines, do you just come in the locker room and see that the lines are different, or do any of the coaches talk to you and let you know why it's being changed?
It's a little different every time. Today we kind of just went in the locker room and obviously some lines are shuffled up, but our team is they have so much depth. It doesn't really matter who you're playing with. Even during the game, the lines get switched up a bit too. So it's kind of just next man up. And, it was, like I said, we have so much depth that, it's easier to play with everyone. So, yeah.
Playing with Blake and Sammy, anything change in your mindset to the night?
Just keep up with Sammy. We don't know how much speed he has. So, I'm kind of a helper guy. So, kind of make room for him. And obviously, Barry shitches that he feeds me. And Blake has a heck of an IQ on the ice. And, they're just two easy players to play with. So, I enjoyed it.
We'll go to Greg Cameron for the next question.
Coach just talked to us and said that the defenseman looked really good in the first weekend. Called them thoroughbred. Said you just got to let them run sometimes. What do you think of their performance, especially Faber and Coster?
You know what? They're studs. I actually enjoy. I said it from the start when we started practicing together. I knew right away that they were going to have a huge impact for our team. And they come up in the play. They're great defensively. They move the puck up the ice really quickly and makes it really easy for the forwards to get to work and get it in deep. And this weekend was kind of the first glimpse for everyone to see that. And I can't wait to see what more they can do.
We'll go to Randy Johnson for our next question.
Hi, Brannon. How much more important was it that this came against Penn State, and do you feel you sent a message to them?
It's so hard to sweep in college hockey. I thought we came out pretty decently, and then we had some ups and downs the end of the first, and we kind of bounced back a little bit. And it's very hard to sweep. So no matter how good we played in the Friday night game or Thursday night and this week, but it's hard. But I thought obviously we're a little bit more a veteran team, and we came ready, and the older guys were kind of letting the younger guys know that we got to come ready to play every game this year, and we have a special group here this year. So it was really, I'm really proud of how we played, and we got to build off it.
We'll have a last call for questions, and right now we'll go to Eric Vigo.
With all the changes of the pandemic season, you've got 4 games in a short amount of time, and then you just have the one TV timeout during periods. How do you feel that went as a player during these 2 games, and how do you recover so quickly for these short spurts?
Yeah, we got to hit the ice baths a lot more than usual. But no, it's especially after not playing for 8-9 months. We kind of felt it going in the last couple periods here. But our legs are going to find themselves, and we've been practicing really hard the last 4 months or 3 months, whatever it's been. And but we're old enough to learn how to take care of our bodies better. We have a great strength and conditioning coach with Cal Dietz, and he'll make sure that we're ready to go, and so we'll be fine.
With that, we're going to say thank you to Brannon, and we're going to audible, and we're going to have Sammy Walker joining us next. So thank you, Brannon.
Hey, Brannon.
Thanks, guys.
Sammy, did you know how much time was left on the clock when you got that pass from Stoddicker? And just kind of take us through that play. What did you see? What did you hear?
Yeah. So I saw it was about like 10 seconds. I kind of made a hit on a player, and then all of a sudden I got it back on the blue line, and I looked up, and it was 2 seconds. So I just tried to get it off as soon as I could.
Did you hear the bench yelling for you to shoot?
Yeah, I think I heard everyone in the stadium said, "Oh yeah, this is probably a good time to shoot."
Thanks.
Let's go to Drew Cove. Drew, you've got Sammy.
Hey, Sammy. Just working on the penalty kill there. You and both Blake McLaughlin kind of had a few clears and kind of getting sticks just in those gritty areas to kind of get it away. Is that something you really worked on this offseason, especially being counted on there in the penalty kill so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, penalty kill is huge, and to be able to, to be good on that and kill off penalties, I think that gives momentum to us and kind of deflates other teams. So being able to, to be shut down on the penalty kill, that's huge for us.
Next up, we'll go to Eric Vigo.
Your coach mentioned that he has a lot more confidence with you in the faceoff circle this year. Is that something that was a big focus for you to be relied on as a center to take draws in all situations? And what's different?
I mean, as a center, that's a huge part of the game. And, if you're good on draws, that just means that your team has the puck more. And that's really something that I focused on in the off season, because I knew that, you know, I would have that big role of you know, winning draws and, you know, just like big draws on the power play or in the D zone, on the PK. I mean, face-offs is a huge part of the game.
What goes into the difference though? Is it skill work? Is it strength work? Is it a little bit of everything?
Yeah, I think it's just repetition. I mean, you need the quick hands. You need the strength to overpower guys. It depends on who you're going against. You know, it's reading the guy you're against and seeing what they're doing and how you can counter that.
Our next question will come from Randy Johnson, and if you have more questions, please let me know.
Hi, Sammy. What momentum did you draw from Jack in the net tonight? And did you hear him back there yelling quite a bit?
Yeah, he had an unbelievable game, unbelievable weekend, and I mean he's so helpful when you're going back to pucks, especially for our D. You know, they got their back turned, and he's always yelling, always trying to help, and it's super helpful.
Let's go to Jess Myers quickly.
I mean, nobody starts this season as a finished product. You're kind of installing different elements as you go. Do you feel like the power play was kind of installed this weekend, or is getting to where you need it to be?
I mean, it's a good start. A couple PP goals. Definitely, you know, you got to improve on that every game and in practice. I think we can improve on it. I think the first night we were kind of feeling it out. You know, tonight we kind of capitalize on our opportunities, but there's always room for improvement, and that's a huge part of the game. So we gotta keep improving in that aspect.
And just as a follow-up, with, you know, some of the rough games you've had against Penn State in your career, how good does a sweep feel this weekend?
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, I think we needed that. Just, you know, everyone in the room and as an organization to get back on top of these guys.
Okay, with that, we're going to cut Sammy loose. Thank you, sir. And thank you, media. When we get this recapped, we'll put it up on the digital press box. So thank you all for covering the Gophers, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, Sammy.
Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thanks, guys.